Clinton Jaws, guys. I'm about to do a video on a very boring topic, and you guys are going to be wondering, why do you keep on talking about it? I see articles, I see videos that I need to talk about. It's not only about you, it's about me that I have to get off my chest. And then a year or two down the road, I'll bring it back up. I was asking myself, what point do you hope to get out to everybody talking about this? I guess just watch. Maybe my point will come across. I'm going to be talking about the Vancouver mayor. I'm going to be showing a short video. I'm going to show you the words that he says. I guess I'll start the video off like this, and I don't know why I'm doing it. Maybe it'll make sense at the end. I woke up this morning to this article. See this article? Shelter opening delayed as homeless population triples in Kelowna. And I'm thinking to myself, triples in Kelowna. And I'm like, well, of course it tripled in Kelowna. It's going to quadruple in Kelowna. We feed them, we bathe them, we babysit them, and watch them inject their illegal drugs into their bodies. Of course, you're going to make a community bigger when you babysit them. That you give them food, water, clothing. It's not going to get smaller. Why would it get smaller? It'll never get smaller. Every year it grows. And we do nothing about it. And that's how the politicians, if it wasn't for homeless people, half these politicians wouldn't have jobs. Like Stewart, the mayor. Maybe that's why I showed that. And when the population triples, how do we fix it? We don't fix their minds. We build more shelters, more houses. We hire more people, more resources to look after them. The focus is never reducing the homeless population. It isn't. It just isn't. Because if it was, it would be reduced. It's pretty easy to reduce that population. This is what the mayor said the other day. This is a guy. Oh my God. The guy is a complete cop hater. I don't care. He is. Let's just say it. Let's be honest about it. Got rid of street checks. He's not for police. He doesn't like police, and police hate him, I guarantee you. He said everybody was systemically racist in the Vancouver Police Department. And that's how you get elected, and that's how you get reelected. There's going to be another election coming up. This big boy, he wants to get elected again. So he comes out with this idea. Vancouver mayor proposes 25 counsellors to address street disorder if re-elected. And I'm like, I just can't believe it. 25 counsellors. That's what you do when you hate police. Not 25 police officers. 25 counsellors. Because we want to defund the police, which we have, basically. We don't like what the police do. So he wants counselors. They need more staff, according to him, to treat the uncontrollable so-called homeless population in Vancouver. Ever been to Hastings Streets? It's nuts. It's crazy. It always has been. It just gets worse and worse every year. But I guarantee you he sat around, throwing it around, asking his board, how can I get reelected? I don't know. Let's hire a bunch of counselors for the homeless people. That's a good idea. Not cops, counselors. They won't have any weapons. Rick, what's a good number to pick? I don't know, 20? No. It's not going to get me elected. 25. That's what we'll do. And we'll start off with asking for $5 million to get these 25 counselors. Could you imagine, guys, if we got 25 counselors to help out on Hastings Street? What a world of a difference that would make, wouldn't it? Watch the video. I swear to God, this guy looks like a character off The Simpsons. What you gonna say, Stewie? Is that even his last name? I don't even know. I don't even know. September 20th, he's on a campaign to become mayor. I'm sorry. It's morning and I'm laughing. That's a first. No drinks in my system. Oh, okay, let's go.
As mayor over the past 4 years, but the worst part of this job is the email that I get every Monday that tells me how many people have died of overdose. I really dread opening my inbox on Monday morning because I see the numbers and they're staggering. 10 people, 5 people, 8 people, 15 people.
So many people.
All neighbors, all relatives, all people that are loved passing away. And one week when I opened the email, it was a member of my own family. And so this...
You see how it grabs the audience there? Get you in. Member of his own family overdosing, guys.
Is a crisis that has affected all our community, and we've got to do something about this.
They're going to do something about this crisis. They're going to fix their minds, right? No.
My first act as mayor was to bring the community together to immediately tackle the poison drug crisis. And after a lot of hard work, we're making real progress.
What? You're making real progress. What are you talking about? Didn't you just say? I thought it was dire. I thought it was uncontrollable. I thought everybody was dying, including your family. But you're making real progress? He wants you to think they're making real progress. They're not making any progress. They make it worse. Let's hear his idea.
We're building more social housing than ever before with round-the-clock supports for those with the toughest mental health and addictions challenges.
Great idea. What's that going to do? Isn't that going to create more homeless people? Isn't it? We're not going to fix them. Just round-the-clock housing. We're going to build more buildings.
We're expanding overdose prevention sites.
More overdose prevention sites. What are those, Clint? Safe injection sites. Come on in. Come on in. You got heroin. I'll watch you. Sit down with you. Watch you do your heroin. Make sure you're safe doing it. It's going to expand that.
We're connecting people to doctor-prescribed alternatives to poison street drugs.
Sure.
And we're working with the province to open even more treatment beds.
We need
more treatment beds, guys. Those are great Band-Aids. What's this lady going to say? Words of wisdom coming out of her mouth.
We need people trained in harm reduction and de-escalation.
We need more people trained in harm reduction and de-escalation. We need more people trained. Who are the experts that are already trained in de-escalation? Well, they're police officers. But yet, they're not asking for police officers. They're asking for counselors. We need more people trained in de-escalation. Why? Why do you even need that? Why do we even need... I'm not going to get into de-escalation. I've already done so many videos about it, but fair enough. Okay, let's pretend that that's what we need to do with these people. The focus needs to be on de-escalation. We need more people trained because you guys aren't doing your job, because there's so many homeless people. And by the way, they're not homeless. Okay, stop calling them homeless. They're mentally ill. That's what they are. We need more people trained in de-escalation.
Deal with situations that come up.
To deal with situations that come up. What situation would be that?
Escalation to deal with situations that come up. We, at the overdose prevention site, every day have situations that come up that if we had a way to call someone.
Every day they have situations that come up at these overdose prevention sites, guys. And if they had a way to call somebody, your phone, you call the cops. That's what you do. Why would you need to do you guys even understand the definition of why do you have to de-escalate somebody? Because they're angry and they're high out of their minds. And if every day you're having these situations, maybe it's time to close it down. It's not working. You're failing. Of course it's not going to work. These guys are insane. It's nuts. Trying to mix in with civilian staff who are normal. It doesn't work. If you have a safe injection site in your town, they're the problem. Your mayor is the problem. These people are the problem. They're not the fix. They're not fixing these people. They're babysitting them, watching them inject their illegal drugs, and expecting them to be normal. They're not. These are dangerous people. And now you want counselors instead of police officers interacting with them. Insanity. It's insanity. And this guy here knows nothing about policing. She knows nothing about these dummies in the back know nothing about policing. People who know nothing about policing, these are their suggestions. These are their ideas that don't work. It hasn't worked. It doesn't work.
311, call someone, a 311, where someone would come, a few people could come, they could help us de-escalate situations.
A few people would come? You call 311 and now a few people would come? And they're gonna what? De-escalate the situation?
They could help us de-escalate situations, whether it be bear spray, pepper spray.
They're gonna help de-escalate the situation, whether it be pepper spray? I don't even know what the hell she's talking about. What's she talking about? Is she talking about the counselors coming with pepper spray? Drop the knife, Billy. I'm going to pepper spray. How is that de-escalation if they're going to come with bear spray or pepper spray? Isn't that escalation? It's just not even making any sense, actually.
Bear spray, pepper spray. A lot of times, all we need is someone to talk to the person and calm them down.
Okay, you gotta see these nimrods in the background. Watch them shake their heads up and down. That just makes me sick watching this, guys.
Calm them down. All we need is someone to talk to the person and calm them down.
Yeah. That's all you need. You just need somebody to talk to. Because police officers, they don't do that. They don't talk. Oh my God. Let me tell you guys something. When you're trying to de-escalate a guy that's high on meth or heroin, who's insane, that's a bad situation. That's a scary situation. And the only person you want to show up is a police officer. Okay, you don't want my wife who's a nurse showing up with no weapons. That's not who you want to go. Just to talk to? Like what? Okay, I'm picturing my wife going down there. I'm going to go talk to him. I'm going to de-escalate his insane, methed out behavior? You think you're going to reason with somebody that's angry and high on drugs? This is what these people think.
So all we need is someone to talk to the person and calm them down. Help them with whatever they need.
Help them with whatever they need. Whatever you need. It's funny to me because I used to be a police officer. So hearing this stuff just come out of people's mouths. Hey, you just need to talk to them, Clint. Okay? Help them with whatever they need. Reason with them. They're reasonable.
Help them with whatever they need. Maybe some water or food.
Oh, that's what they need. They might need some water or food. No, sorry. They need to be sober. That's what they need. And you need to stop wrecking the problem. Start fixing the problem. And getting rid of these overdose prevention sites. You build it, they will come. And the community will just continue to grow and grow and grow. Like they are. 25 more counselors. They're growing it. They're not fixing it, just a Band-Aid. You need some water, Billy? Are you hungry? You need some clothes? Why wouldn't you be a drug addict in Canada? They look after you. They babysit you. They give you free money, heat, shelter. Why wouldn't you? Then you get all this free money. You don't actually have to pay for rent, hydro, none of that stuff, or food. These people don't. She says food. Why would food? Why would somebody come with food? They're not hungry. Why would you need 3 people to show up with food and water? That's really going to de-escalate the situation, ain't it? Great idea. Build more buildings and watch them consume their illegal drugs safely. Who created the problem? They did.
Sometimes people have a situation where they've, urinated in their pants. There's a lot of different really terrible situations.
Urinated in their pants. Well, that's a big problem, right? Somebody who urinated in their pants. Call the counselors. All 25 of them. Somebody urinated in their pants. Bring clothes, food, water. Oh man, they hit it out of the park with this one. He pissed his pants, code yellow. Call them up, 311. Idiotic. It is idiotic. That's how he's going to fix the homeless problem. Not going to make their minds better. Not going to apprehend them. Don't want police involvement because they escalate the situation, right?
And
oh my God! I swear to God, the people in the background.
he was saying,
stop it!
in
Stop
the
it with your
States,
head.
They have another program called Cahoots
there you
where
go.
they do this.
Yeah.
And,
she was out to lunch there for a second. She forgot to nod.
Actually, de-escalated a lot of situations
sure they did.
where...
Stay with me, only a couple more points. Kennedy Stewart promises crisis intervention teams to address city's social issues. Watch this. Listen to this. They need to respond to situations in the city where the homelessness, mental illness, addiction, or all three social issues. Or all three. So the three social issues, guys, are homelessness, mental illness, addiction. Wrong. It's one. Mental illness. Stop chopping it up into three. Okay? It's not. Right now, people don't know who to call when they encounter someone in the doorway, business, sleeping in a park, or in an obvious state of distress. They don't know. People don't know. You call the cops. But you really think that people don't know that? Guys, they're lying to you. They are absolutely lying to you. I promise you. This is 100% political. This is people trying to convince the general public that there really is a problem that they need to address. And this is their idea of doing it. No police officers, just regular people basically, are going to come and confront an angry person, try to talk down an angry person that's whacked out of their head. Most of these situations are not emergencies, but they can be. You know what? A guy whacked out angry? Not an emergency? What is often needed is de-escalation, immediate food, water, and clothing. Yeah. What we need is we need $5 million right away up front, guys. That's all. They will de-escalate situations and provide care using a cultural, gender, and trauma-informed approach. What? Did you guys get that? Did that make sense to you? No, it didn't make sense to you. Because it doesn't make sense. That's what they do. They don't even know what they're talking about. Stewart said the team would take pressure off Vancouver police officers who are... No, it won't. They're going to create work for Vancouver police officers because the first thing they're going to do, these 25 counselors, is call the police. Hey, we found something. Great. I guess we'll come check it out. They create these injection sites, these shelters, and can't understand that these people, these insane people, continue to act insane. They're complaining that they're still insane. That's really what they're doing. Sarah Blythe, Director of Overdose Prevention Society. The last thing that you need is police officers attending because sometimes that could be really challenging. Okay. Can I have an example, please? No. I love this comment here from Stewart. Being homeless or living with a mental illness is not a crime. Well, then make it a crime. Make it a crime. Because it should be. Nobody should be mental living on the streets. Nobody. They should be apprehended, taken away, made to get better. Make it a crime. Maybe that's your problem right there. I don't know, Bill Tillman, whatever his name is, says, we're wasting, there's not enough cops, there's not enough mental health people. We're wasting a lot of money and not solving the problem. It just gets worse and worse, and it always will, because you got people like that. We never solve the problem. We never focus on what the problem is. It's pretty obvious. I already said it 100 times over. Fix the person. Make them get better. They got no choice. Wouldn't you want that for your son or daughter? That they don't have a choice? Do you want them living on Hastings? These people do. They'd be out of a job if they didn't. And I thought this was funny. ABC Vancouver has promised to hire 100 police officers, and I thought, what the hell's that? That's more like it. So I clicked on it, and I got an ad. And this guy popped up, and I read this article. I don't know anything about him. Kim Sim, he wants to run for mayor. I think it's coming up in October or November or something like that. He wants to hire 100 cops, and I'm like, I would pick that guy any day over Stewart. I liked his idea. And I don't know, read it. I'm not going to read it to you because this video is already too long. It's already too long, but I can't help talk about this. I came across this article when I was researching this, and Vancouver police sergeants tweet about Mayor Kennedy Stewart draws whatever. And the reason I'm telling you this is I looked at this cop and I'm like, man, you look familiar. Were you the motorbike cop that pulled me over in 2010? And then I seen the helmet and I'm like, I think Mark Christensen, I might be wrong, but you pulled me over in 2010, I think, during the Olympics. Me and my family were in a minivan. We're driving down the street. You pull us over. And I said, why'd you pull us over? He goes, you were in the Olympic lane. And I go, what's an Olympic lane? It's the Olympics? You're in the Olympic lane? I'm like, okay. He sees my badge, okay? He sees my wallet. He asked for my driver's license. And so I made sure that he seen my badge when I pulled out my driver's license. Then he asked me to come out, and I had to look at the rear of my vehicle. I had to look at my license plate. He goes, looks like you got no insurance. Because my mind is fried, right? I can't remember anything. I just renewed my driver's license. It expired in March. I forget these things. So we were driving in the Olympic lane. This is what he says to me. He goes, I'm not going to write you a ticket. I don't write cops tickets. I'm like, oh, thank God. It would have been $600. And he says, this is going to go down in the books. And I went, really? Really that big of a deal that it's going to go in your books? Oh, yeah. A Mountie? Driving in an Olympic lane with no insurance? It's going in the books. Anyways, dude, I can't wait to read that book. If it's you, I might be wrong. I shouldn't have told that story. Let me end it with this, guys. Okay? Again, I wake up in the morning. Yesterday. Guess what happened yesterday? Police arrest knife-wielding woman after terrifying breach of BC Women's Hospital nursery. This lady goes into the nursery with a knife. She's waving it around at the staff. The staff, they hunker down in an office and they lock the door and they call the police. Okay? She's trying to get into where the babies are. I guess we should have called counselors. That's what Mayor Stewart wants. So the police show up and they use a beanbag on her. They shoot her with a beanbag and they arrest her. I don't know. That's not what they want. What they want is, yeah, you know what? Yeah, if we called the counselor, yeah, maybe some of the babies might have got disfigured, but that's the cost of doing politics. That's the cost of doing business. That's what they want. That's the outcome that they want. That's the outcome that they would prefer. They don't like, I guarantee you, that the police used beanbags and saved a bunch of babies. Anyways, I think my points are bad. I think this was a waste of time video. It's just something I had to get. I had to get these thoughts out of my examples were terrible. I don't know. I just want you guys to see what I see. It's getting worse and worse. It's tripling in Kelowna. Of course it is. Lady comes in with a knife, wants to kill some babies, stab them up. Call the counselors. Call the counselors, right? How long is it going to take for one of these counselors, if this really goes through? And this is why I'm doing the video. Because I know a year or 2 years down the road, when we find out a counselor was stabbed to death from a guy whacked out on meth, heroin, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to say I told you so. By then, it'll be, Kelowna will quadruple its homeless population. Port Alberni just built 30 tiny homes. Good idea. If I was mayor of Port Alberni, there wouldn't be a shelter. There would be no injection site. There would be no tiny homes. Of course not. And if I was prime minister, my focus would be building institutions, lots of them, and taking these people off the streets and forcing them into these institutions. And they don't leave until they get better. I deserve that. They deserve that. I shouldn't live like this. Down on our injection site in Port Alberni on 4th Avenue, I drove by the other day. There's a crackhead selling drugs right out in front of the safe injection site. Why? Because we allow it. They allow it. The politicians allow it. This is what the politicians want. Okay, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.